Naji here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I have done quite few videos or tutorials with respect to AWS, like AWS Lambda functions and the different databases, and S3 bucket, how to connect all to S3 bucket using or Lambda using Python, and a few with respect to the AWS Bedrock. All those things I have done. So that is all kind of a intermediate level tutorial. So I thought that I'll be organizing it a little bit, and we'll be starting a tutorial from the basic itself. So which will help the users or viewers who are watching my channels, will help them to start from the basic itself. So for that, I am starting a new playlist with respect to AWS, and this is a first video, and it's an introductory video, and we will be discussing on IAM users and the AWS. So the agenda will be, we will be talking about what is AWS and its key features and benefit, region, and they will be discussing on availability zones and edge locations, and we'll see how can we create a root user. Okay. So AWS, I think everybody knows about AWS and its most of the features and everything, but still, as per the definition, they are like very easy to host the applications, store data, and process the workload. So AWS, the definition given by AWS is Amazon Web Service is a cloud computing platform that offers a variety of services for businesses to host applications, store data, and process workload. So that is the definition for AWS, and its key features and benefit, which include easy to use. Okay, and we can easily deploy any applications and within a couple of button clicks, and flexibility, they are providing different operating systems, and they are supporting different programming languages, they are supporting different web applications and different databases and other lot more services. So it's based on the users need, they will able to select the different things. And cost effective and secure, they are providing high security, like they are providing the private network and all those things that we can discuss in the coming videos. And they are cost effective. We only have to pay based on our usage. Scalable and high performance. So AWS is actually providing different tools to auto scaling, elastic load balancing, and we will able to scale up or scale down our applications with respect to our demand or the user demand. That also we can discuss. And about a root user, I will show you how can we create a root user. Okay, for that we can just search for AWS. Okay, so here we can go to the link, AWS link. Okay, we can do a sign up or we can create a free account. You can click on the free account. Here we can give our username, that is our email address, and we can give a account name. Okay, so once that is done, they will be sending a verification email address. They will verify email address. So once we log in using that, we may have to provide our card informations. Okay, so they will be taking 1 or 2 rupees from our card or from our account to verify the card details are correct or not. So maybe like that will be deducted back to our account maybe after a couple of days. Okay, and no need to worry about giving these card details, because that is how it works. It's actually secure. No need to worry about that. Okay, and once the account is created, okay, so let me show you something. Free AWS account. So they are actually providing a free tier which includes 750 hours of free usage. Okay, you can see that they are providing actually 750 hours of free usage, or they are providing AWS 1 million of requests they are providing, and they are providing few data, 50 GB elastic container registry, all those things they are providing. Okay, so if you have an account, maybe like for next 12 months, you may not able to, you don't need to give any money if you plan it properly. Okay, and for example, if you are creating a EC2 instance, and if you are forget to delete that maybe after our usage, then that may cause some problem after 750 hours. Okay, and same with any other thing. So whenever we create a resources, we need to ensure that we delete it properly. Okay, otherwise we may cause some charges, and there are some other services that is not included in this free tier. So for that we have to spend like two to maybe $5, and that is not a waste of money. I highly recommend to you spend that, then only we will able to learn it. Okay, so I'm sure that you will able to create that the sign up process, because that is very easy and the straightforward way of doing it. Okay, and once we have the data, so once we have, let me take this, so once we have our root user is created, okay, we will be getting a console something like this. Okay, and if you are the first time that is logging, yeah, you may not able to see these recently visited things and all those things. This will be empty. Okay, and this is a search area that we are going to use a lot. Okay, so AWS services, AWS actually providing different services, maybe like 500 plus or 1000 plus services are providing, and go to each menu will be very difficult. So we mostly or most of the time we will be using this particular database. For example, I can search for EC2 from here, and I can check for PostgreSQL. Okay, so maybe it's not there. Maybe what I can search, okay, S3 bucket I can search, and I can search for AWS transcript or translate. So everything I can search from here. Okay, I have a thing, there is some network issue. Okay, so everything that we can search from here, and yeah, we can discuss more about this. Okay, then we can go to our next slide. Okay, now next we can discuss about regions and availability zones. So regions are separate geographical area. So AWS has divided, created different regions with respect to geographical region. Okay, so we can see that when we come to this AWS console, here we can see different regions. Okay, so here we can see North Virginia region, and its a code is US East 1, and we have a Ohio, and we have East 2, and when we come to the Asian Pacific, you will see we have Mumbai, and one is Singapore, Sydney, and we can see different regions with respect to geographical area. So why they are giving this kind of, or why they are separating this kind of a region? There are two main reasons. Definitely there are some other reasons also, but there are two main reasons. One is they can serve better. Okay, for example, if one of my customers are mostly in maybe US region, or say that if they are mostly like if 80% of my customers are for North Virginia, I can deploy my software or my product in this particular region, so that whenever they try to access my softwares or website, they will easily we will able to serve it in a better way. Okay, and another thing is that in with respect to some kind of a compliances, for example, if you are working in a healthcare domain, okay, there is some kind of restriction that we have to keep all the information with respect to particular patient in this specific country itself. And I'm talking specifically about the US, and US has a rule that okay, we don't, all the patient information must be in the US servers. Okay, and in that case we have to create all our deployment, all our services in this specific region itself. Okay, and that is all about the regions, and we can go back to the slide. Okay, now we can talk about availability zones. So AWS region consists of multiple physically separated and isolated availability zones that are connected with low latency, high throughput, etc. Each availability zone contains one or more data centers. So when we say availability zones, they are actually a physical location. We can say that they have a building, okay, and with multiple data centers. So data centers means they are like a lot of hard disks, they are connected, the network are connected with the cables, all those things, right? So availability zone contain different data centers, and a region, that is a geographical area, may contain one or more availability zones. Okay, so why we need multiple availability zones? Okay, for example, in a specific region, okay, and if they have some cases of natural calamity is happening. Okay, we can say that, okay, in one region there is a high chance of flood is there, right? So we will have a multiple availability zones. Okay, in that case data will be replicated. So data will be replicated in multiple availability zones. For example, I am creating a database, okay, and I have selected two availability zones, okay, for this database. Then in that case, if one availability zone is destroyed, okay, maybe some natural calamities or due to some writer or something like that, okay, then we always will have get the data from the second availability zones. So in that way, the synchronization or data synchronization will happen. And when we increase the availability zones, number of availability zones in a particular resource, then definitely it will increase the cost also. Okay, so that is all about availability zones. We can see how can we create multiple, or how can we select multiple availability zones when we create the resources like EC2 and databases, etc. Now this is a high level diagram of the availability zones. We can see we will have a region, and we can see availability zones, multiple availability zones within a region, and they have connected with the fiber connectivity, and they are providing the low latency. And within availability zone we will have a more data centers, two or more or one or more data centers. We can see that. Okay. Now we can talk about edge location. Okay. So edge locations are actually a physical data center. Okay, but they are small compared to availability zone. They are small and they are located in the different cities, all the main cities. So the edge locations is, in a simple term, layman term, we can say that, okay, edge locations are used to caching the data. Okay, for example, I'm from India and I'm trying to access something from a US. Okay, then see, I'm the first person who is going to access something from this US server, right? So whenever it's access that, okay, the data will be cached into my nearest city, okay, where the edge location is installed. Okay, then if a second person is trying to access the same data, it will first go and check these edge locations. So if the data is available there, non-expired data is available, it will be served from there itself. Okay, so we will get, the second user will get, for example, I got like a 300 millisecond to get the data. Maybe like the second person will be getting like 10-20 millisecond to get the data. Okay, so it will be like a cache data and it will be very fast. And the idea is that they will be providing for what do we say, for the caching of data. So that is all about in this video. So in our coming videos, we can discuss more about IAM, user creations, and their security, all those things. So thank you very much for watching my video. Please do like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.